What up, everyone? Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army, coming at ya. So, I'm about to read Shytoshi's new blog, but after that, I want to go through a couple of videos to show you guys why this initiative is important and why it's being rolled out as a part of Shibarium. So, if you like hearing about the Shiba Inu ecosystem, you're in the right place. I go by Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army. So, I'm gonna get right to it. Before that, the blog has a very beautiful Shib picture. So this right here, what we're watching, is a picture of Shytoshi in the Shib cave. So I don't know what AI program, if it's bad idea AI, which is generating these um, realistic artificial intelligence artworks, but I have to say the lighting is superb. Look at the gradients in the background, the textures. You can see the fur, the individual whiskers. The you can see the detail of the laptop. The you can see the glow from the light from the fire and the candle behind him, the shine from the reflection on the metal. So if this is a hint of what the Shib metaverse is going to bring, it's quite impressive. So with that said, the videos I'm gonna show you are are technological videos with some of the highest reputable people, and they go tie in perfectly to what Shytoshi is talking about. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So the blog is Shib SS. What, why, and when. When you combine the low cost nature of Shibarium and the other amazing technologies the entire Shib community has developed for this new L2 solution with Shib SSI, the possibilities are near endless. And this is by Shytoshi Kusama, August 6th, 2023, approximately a 2-minute read. So this is a couple days old. You guys know I normally get on this within the week. So yeah, look at this. Just a picture of the lower part that wasn't showing. And you can even see his paw on his little desktop laptop situation. Pretty cool. Live view of Shy in the Shib cave. All right. Chances are you've heard that Shib is implementing self-sovereign identity into Shibarium. What exactly does that mean and why does it matter? The what? Self sovereign identity, simplified, is a series of protocols and technologies that allow a user in a system to retain their identity and other verified credentials, as well as their assets in a wallet. Think of it like this: not your keys, not your coins, not your SHIB ID, not your identity. We've been made to believe that not owning your data is good. Just think about it. Large corporations make billions by monetizing your data, technically with your permission, but not always with your full understanding. All the while creating addictive cycles that, in most cases, have been shown to lead to bad mental health. We have to do better as a planet, and we will. SHIB sovereign identity strives to change this paradigm by allowing Shibarium builders and community members the opportunity to fully own their data or leverage it in a fair manner. This remarkable shift opens so many opportunities for advanced trust and decentralization in a digital world we all know is similar to the Wild West. Though simplified, this SHIB SSI concept can be extended to a myriad of use cases that have been explored for decades. Interestingly enough, full implementation of this system has not been achieved at scale. And with your help, we strive to achieve this feat. The why. When you combine the low cost nature of Shibarium and the other amazing technologies the entire SHIB community has developed for this new L2 solution with Shib SSI, the possibilities are near endless. From enhanced business processes to cost savings for mom and pop businesses struggling under the weight of inflation, to fraud prevention for governments. Shib SSI will help our community of devs achieve wonders. For instance, Shib SSI solves the complexity of the Shib ecosystem by allowing for granular governance at a level not before realized by a decentralized community. This structure enhances our governance system and also gives superb features we will discuss in the world paper. Parenthetical note, the world paper isn't associated with any token that makes you scan your eyeballs to cash in. In fact, we will reveal the new branding of the paper at the Blockchain Futurist Conference. End parenthetical. By harnessing these technologies, we envision a world where identity theft is a thing of the past, where personal data leaks are unheard of, where trust is inherent and not an exception. This isn't a mere idea, but a tangible future that is no longer impossible. The when, soon, Keck. The implementation of Shib SSI into Shibarium is not an instantaneous feat. It will take months of research and the build out of a powerful system. Wait, don't worry. Shibarium will be out well before then. We are planning Shib SSI along a host of other features and enhancements to ensure Shibarium is resilient, powerful, and that Shib remains decentralized perpetually. If you're thinking, hey, that blog is short, it's because we are much too busy working on finishing and launching Shibarium, working on our upcoming keynote, and finalizing the Summer of Shibarium party at the Blockchain Futurist Conference. However, we wanted to say a few things. Stay tuned, Shib Army. Hail Shib. So, of course, you guys know another banger article by Mr. Shytoshi Kusama. I mean, gotta respect the man. Absolutely knows how to relay the message effectively, concisely, very clear. I mean, and always big picture, always big picture. I love that about him. So, as you guys heard, let's go ahead and now go through some of the main points of the blog. Okay, because first of all, the way he writes, he's what word is bold here? Not, right? Look, it's highlighted, right? And then look at this. Which one is in caps? So let's go ahead and see why this word and this word are special. We have been made to believe that not owning your data is good. Just think about it. Large corporations make billions by monetizing your data, technically with your permission, but not always with your full understanding, all the while creating addictive cycles that in most cases have been shown to lead to bad mental health. We have to do better as a planet, and we will. So this is bold, this is caps, and this is in italics. Basically, every single point you can make when it comes to literary. So the point he's trying to make is very important. He wants you to understand this part, that your data is being monetized without your full consent or understanding. And large corporations are making billions. So think of that. That's value that the Shibarium ecosystem is going to now try to capture. How is it going to try to capture this? Well, it's going to implement the Shibarium, the Shib SSI, right? Self sovereign identity, so that you can own and have more control over your personal data. All right, cool. With that said, let's go ahead and check out the videos, right? So, first of all, this is Rick Smolin, and this video is over 10 years old, and it talks about the dangers of big data, literally the name of the video. So, we're going to go ahead and check this out real quick. The way it starts is important.
all this data that we're now generating out in the world, why is it that everybody's using this data except us?
All right. Why is everyone using this data except us? Think about it. This is 10 years ago. So the technology that Shibarium is implementing is going to solve problems that have been around for decades. I want you to understand that because first movers, the first person to solve certain problems in technology or in society, get the majority of the eyeballs on them, attention. So they create value. There's going to be a type of rush towards these technologies. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. Just to give you guys a taste of what has been going on and what Shibarium is trying to solve.
Every time there's a new technology, there's always danger involved in it. I'm very concerned that the people that are spending most of the time right now speaking and focusing and thinking about big data are large companies and governments. And that's fine, but this is going to affect our lives, our parents, our kids. And I think we should all be involved in this conversation right now.
Boom. All right. Think about what he just said. This is going to involve and affect your lives, your family's lives, your children's lives. So, what Shibarium is trying to solve is this right here. Okay. The fact that your data is absolutely stripped from you without you even fully understanding what's going on. So that's the first part of what I want you guys to understand from this video. There's one part and then the last part.
I'll give you one example why.
Here, actually, all right.
Somebody told me last week that there are banks that when you apply for a loan, if they try to look at your Facebook page, if you haven't, cloaked it, and if you listen to rap music, they will lower your rating score. But there are people making decisions, writing algorithms, putting laws, sort of software laws in place that with no regulation and no oversight. And this is some well-meaning programmer who thought, oh, I'm going to protect my bank. Story about him in particular, but it kind of speaks to this larger issue of who does own our data, who's benefiting from it, who's trading in it, and why do we have no say one over who gets it, and shouldn't we benefit it? Maybe if I got 10% of Google's selling my browser history, I'd be happy about it. But it
I'm gonna
seems
play
like this
that again.
conversation is not happening amongst us, and I think it needs to be.
So,
Particular, but it kind of speaks to this larger issue of who does own our data, who's benefiting from it, who's trading in it, and why do we have no say one over who gets it, and shouldn't we benefit it? Maybe if I got 10% of Google's selling my browser history, I
imagine we could get a percentage of the Shibarium search engine and data collected, redistributed to ship holders or to some initiative in the ecosystem. All right. Shibarium is literally solving problems most ship holders don't even know exist. Okay. And that's the importance. So this is really important. All right. So this is why I'm showing this part. And then I'm gonna hit you with the heavy now. All right, with the heavyweight, the hero. All right. So last time I covered this, they shadow banned my thing, I swear. But here, let's see what's going on. What's the question here? What's more important, free speech or the ability to transact with privacy?
sees an economic interaction. They can see it's this party from this location to this party in this location, and they have a figure to the value and importance of the interaction. So isn't actually the freedom or privacy of economic interactions more important than the freedom of speech?
Woo. So his question was this.
Interactions more importantly, the freedom or privacy of economic interactions more important than the freedom of speech?
So his question is the freedom and privacy and interaction more important than free speech? So then this guy tackles a form of it, and then the next gentleman adds his opinion, and then I will answer the question with another hero and with the technology of Shibarium.
They're
Okay.
inherently
That's a very tough one.
they're inherently
Look at the
linked.
way this
Just
conversation
from a
evolves.
simple intelligence perspective, you've got a $10 million intelligence budget. You can spy on people's email interactions, or you can have total surveillance of their economic interactions.
Well, the point is
which one would you prefer?
well, these days, what they will do is they will say, okay, we will just force the payment and bankings to use the internet. So we have both. And that's what they did.
All right. So keep in mind, this is 11 years ago. Okay. So basically, what he said to answer the question is the government will simply force transactions through electronic gateways, right? Force it online and try to regulate it that way, right? Which, if you saw what happened with um, WikiLeaks, actually, PayPal, Visa, Mastercard actually stopped allowing people to donate to them. That's why WikiLeaks turned to Bitcoin. Okay, so there's a connection here. I want you guys to truly understand. And if you don't know who these people are, I want you to start investigating who they are and why they are persecuted. Okay, you normally don't get persecuted when you're spewing BS, but when you speak truths and try to solve problems in society, sometimes those who benefit the most from the dysfunction of society will come after you. And in fact, this touches on why do you think Ryoshi is anonymous? Why do you think Shytoshi is anonymous? And at the very end, you'll see how that connects.
So actually, there was this very interesting thing from the cables also that the Russian government tried to negotiate a way that Visa and MasterCard payments from Russian citizens within Russia would have to be processed in Russia. And Visa and MasterCard actually refused it.
Yeah, well, the power of the US Embassy and Visa combined was enough to prevent even Russia from coming up with its own domestic payment card system.
Meaning that even payments from Russian citizens within Russian to Russian shops will be processed
right.
through American data centers.
So when Putin goes out to buy a Coke,
think about the control that means. That means that even a sovereign country operating within its territory is affected by the global financial system to the point they can't implement it. That's what Bitcoin solves. That's what Shibarium is going to solve as well.
Have jurisdictional control, or at least
when Putin goes out to buy a Coke, 30 seconds later, it is known in Washington, D.C. So this,
and that, of course, is a very unsatisfying situation, independent of the fact if I like the US or not. This is just a very central, dangerous thing to have a central place where all payments are stored, because it invites de facto to all kinds of usage of that data.
All right.
Well, the architecture, I mean, one of the fundamental things that cypherpunks recognize is that the architecture actually defines the political situation.
The architecture defines the political architecture. Okay, we're talking now about there hasn't been any architecture, but now we have the Shibarium architecture, a protocol which doesn't need a human to operate. It's a trustless, smart contract, smart operating, decentralized, autonomous organization, a blockchain, or a program in the form of an artificial intelligence continuing to evolve and develop towards the liberation of mankind. That is not an understatement. So I know like this might be getting kind of deep for some of you guys, but you know what? That's why you're here. Bone Army. Go ahead and hit that sub, because we don't just hit the light. I want you guys to hit the heavy. I want you guys to understand why Shibarium in particular and the project of the Shiba Inu ecosystem, of the Shiba Inu financial ecosystem, is so vitally important, and why I believe it is honestly the most bullish project that people are underestimating to this day. Shibarium will change the world, and that is their goal, and they are on their way to doing it.
So if you have a centralized architecture, even if the best people in the world are in control of it, it attracts assholes.
Yeah.
And those assholes do things with that power that the original designers would not do. No matter where we look, we can see, especially with financial systems, that effectively, even if the people have the best of intentions, it doesn't matter. I mean, the architecture is the truth. It's true for the internet with regard to communications. The so-called lawful intercept systems, which is just a nice way of saying spying on people.
So he's talking about how certain things are euphemized. That's what Julian Assange is going to basically talk about right now. I saw this video before, and so there's a lot of ways that they certain entities of power put sugarcoat what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like instead of calling it torture, the it's extraordinary rendition or something like that, or enhanced interrogation type situation. Like they have different words for like, oh, we're sending this guy somewhere else, or we're doing this, but they don't call it what it is. So,
right. That stuff was built.
What's a euphemism? Lawful interception.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
like lawful murder. You've heard about that. The drone
torture.
strikes on American citizens by the U.S. President Obama. You know, when he killed Anwar al-Awlaki's 16-year-old son in Yemen, that's lawful murder, right? Or targeted killing, as they put it, right? So so-called lawful intercept is the same thing. You just
I wasn't getting shadow banned before, man.
And then all of a sudden, because the state does it, it's legitimate. But it's in fact the architecture of the state that allows them to do that at all.
You know,
and it is the architecture of the laws and the architecture of the technology, just as the same as it's the architecture of financial systems. And what the cypherpunks wanted to do was to create systems where we could compensate each other in a truly free way, where it was not possible to interfere. And with financial issues, it is the most dangerous thing to be working on. I mean,
and with financial things, it is the most dangerous thing to be working on. So, and I want you to understand the next point he's going to say and why this connects to Shiba Inu. Why is Ryoshi anonymous, or was he? Why is Shytoshi anonymous? Here it comes.
With financial issues, it is the most dangerous thing to be working on. I mean, there's a reason that the person that created Bitcoin did so anonymously.
Okay. And then lastly, this is what this is. There it is. You can't trust people, but you can't trust code. And this was by only the savvy went ahead and did this. So let me show you that, because I actually wasn't showing that. My bad.
The real answer is you make the protocol do the work. You can't trust people, but you can trust code, or at least you can trust code more. The real answer is you make the protocol do the work.
So basically, that is wrapped up for you guys in a nice little bow. I hope you guys understand the importance now of what Shytoshi and the entire Shiba Inu ecosystem is trying to work on. I mean, and that's just one aspect of it. I went with the privacy and the financial, but there's so much more. This video would have been honestly about an hour long, at least an hour long. And I think maybe I'll have to try to see how I can do a live blog, or maybe just a live cast. You know what I mean? To be able to hit that. But with that said, I hope you guys got some value from this and understand the importance of it. Now, once again, I go by Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army. Just to recap, okay, so Shytoshi new blog explains the importance of self-sovereignty. I showed you a couple of videos explaining the importance of that and how that affects everything. And lastly, go ahead and hit that sub. Welcome to the Bone Army. Welcome to my channel. We talk about Shiba Inu. Next video I do is probably going to be about bad idea and most likely the live cast. With that said, appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and I'm out.